This is iGate TV, and this is on the street as well, getting the views of people, what they feel about the minimum wage. The labor union is saying 615,000 naira per month. For now, the minimum wage is 30,000 naira. So I want to get the views of people, want to know what they expect that it should be the minimum wage. And that is why we're on the street. And then we have someone here to tell us. Labor said 615,000 naira. At the stance now, the minimum wage is 30,000 naira. What do you think the government should come up with as the minimum wage for the workers?
My opinion is this. We should be working based on the current trend. We used to fabricate this at a rate of 15,000 naira. Now, presently, this goes no less than 50,000 naira. So, 600 and something thousand naira minimum wage is too outrageous. To be very frank, I'm not against civil servants, but we should do something within our reach. If they should be suggesting something within the neighborhood of 90,000 naira, at least that could take care of most of the junior staff's needs, and that progresses based on your level. So something within the neighborhood of 90,000 naira should be affordable.
Why do you leave it at 90,000? Someone will ask you, why didn't you complete it at 100?
I want to leave it at 90 based on the current trend. The inflation is almost 3 times the cost of what we used to buy in those days. So if it should be more than that, that means the government itself cannot afford. So that is my own suggestion. I'm not saying I'm not against civil servants. The more the government pays, the more you have inflation. And if it goes up, then what is the fate of other people who don't even earn anything at amount per amount? Because we also depend on civil servants.
So what do you want to tell labor union in case when they go to dialogue?
The labor union should be thinking of something in the neighborhood of 90,000 naira per month, minimum. Then it progresses based on people's salaries and their grades. That's all. That's my own view.
The present economic realities, if you consider it, I think the proposal by the labor union is not bad, because things are very difficult. A bike every drop now is about 300-400 naira. So what do you consider it? And labor is proposing 6 something. So government should look at the economic realities of this very present time and then do something reasonable.
Do you think government can afford that?
Government has the resources to afford it, except government is not willing to do so, because we as Nigerians, we know what we're passing through. A liter of fuel now is 1,000. So considering all these difficulties, I think it is not out of place for the proposal made by the labor union.
But in case government comes out and said, oh, this proposal is quite huge, and labor should a little bit drop back on their proposal, what do you think labor should go on with?
Whatever I propose now may not hold water.
But let's hear you.
No, I don't have any other thing than to say that there should be a negotiation to a reasonable amount.
What kind of reasonable amount?
The amount that is affordable and that can help workers and every other Nigerian.
That's what I'm asking. I want just to get that figure that can come from you.
I cannot propose anything, but I know that government has to look at the present economic realities.
Maybe 200, you may say.
200? 200, going by what is on now, it cannot afford anything. You see it? It cannot afford anything. Even if you pay me 300 naira, 300,000 as it is now, the condition is worsening by day. Go to the market. The reality is told in the market. What will you afford? Benue is the food basket of the nation. Things has never been as tough as this in this state. So it is to every other state. And we know that this condition can be ameliorated if government so desire to, by helping workers to improve their welfare, pay a reasonable amount of package for workers.
What they are proposing is outrageous. You understand me? No government in Nigeria now can meet up with that, because our income cannot carry that for now. You understand me? But there should be minimum wage, a living minimum wage a reasonable minimum wage. Because if somebody should be saying that if they increase the minimum wage, things will go up. They have not increased minimum wage, but fuel is going up every day. Is the minimum wage the cost of fuel going up on daily basis? Gas is going up on daily basis. So many things are inflation in the market. So the thing is to balance it up, to increase the minimum wage.
So what do you think should be the minimum?
At least, as for me, the minimum wage should be 100,000.
You think 100,000 can solve it?
Well, it cannot solve. Even if you increase 1 million, it cannot solve the problem. But we should start from somewhere. You understand me? If you start to, we begin to climb from somewhere. As the economy is increasing, you can think of anything above that.
So nothing more, 150, 200. Some people say 300 even.
Well, I will not be in the group proposing 300 and 150. Something that is not realistic. Something that you cannot meet up with. There is no way of even doing that. Maybe you are just making jest of yourself. You know that it's not attainable for now.
650.
615,000 naira.
615,000 naira as suggested by the union.
Labor union.
And the current state of the minimum wage right now is 30,000 naira. You see, the disparity is so much. Starting from 30 to 615 is not fixable at all. So the idea of the labor union is not fixable. An ideal thing, if you are going from 30, there should be a little higher that you climb. This thing cannot just be done overnight. Paying 615,000 naira to civil servant in the country where we are right now, are you sure the government will be capable of paying if you are suggesting something that is fixable, that is doable? You know. So to me, in my own opinion, the labor unions are not doing any good things to the civil servant that they are representing. If they are to go into a real negotiation with the government, we'll sit on the round table and also consider other factors that the nations or the country is going through. You can't begin to speculate there is enough money in the government and then you begin to say, they should pay an individual a minimum wage of 615,000 naira.
How much do you think should be the minimum wage?
Best thing for now, because of the current state of the inflations or whatever, the economy has to be balanced. We balance the economy, bring down the inflations, and then we now go into a negotiation. On my own opinion, the minimum wage skyrocketing from 30,000 naira should at least 150,000 naira minimum wage.
You think that will be enough?
It should be enough for now. It is gradual. When we go to that level again and looking at the indices of other things, in no time again they can come up. Government themselves are not insensitive to the plight of the civil servant. They know what is good for them. And that is why the labor unions are there. They are there as an advocate for the civil servant. The governments are the employers. They are the employees. Yes, they have their say, and the government will have their way.
At the level of the country today, you can see a lot of things have gone up. And the situation of things is not easy, especially for the civil servants. They need more wages. Because what I see, the wages of 30,000, go to market today, you can't be able to afford anything with it. So for me as a person, I could have just prepared the federal government to hasten up things and to make it a reasonable amount of money that we can be able to cope up with the condition of things in Nigeria right now.
A reasonable amount? What is reasonable amount for you?
It can be 250,000. It's okay because of the situation of things of the country. 250,000 naira is not bad.
So you don't
for a worker.
You disagree with labor?
I don't disagree with labor, but the procedure labor is going. I'm seeing that the federal government of Nigeria can be able to come up with that 615,000, as they said. For 250,000 naira per annum, if you can be able to save and make some little contribution with the money, at least you can be able to get a house of your own. At least you can get a car too of your own and be living comfortable. So that is what I believe.
For you, anything less is a no-no?
No.
How about 150?
No, it's too poor. It's too
How about
poor.
100?
No, over poor. No.
So, so if government cannot pay 250, what happens?
If government cannot pay 250, let them go on strike. See when government accepts.
What the federal government is suffering is too meager because of the economic situation in Nigeria. See, they're supposed to give 760,000 if negotiated. But 616,000, 15,000 naira, I think it is too meager. And to Benue State, I'm also trying to appeal to the governor of Benue State, that if he can be able to offer 700,000 for Benue State workers, I think the workers will be very grateful for what
You are proposing 700,000 naira.
Yeah.
That is far above what Labour is proposing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's sustainable?
It can be, if the federal government is able to negotiate. It can be. It can
700,000 naira
700,000
per month.
Yes, it's the economic situation in Nigeria. Look at things in the market. That is when you go to the labor market, you look at things are very costly, and looking at these things, I believe, even other countries, when you go to Ghana here, it's more than that. You go to, I'm just giving you a statistics. Go to Egypt, it's more than that. It's a close to million. Go to Ghana, it's a close to million. Go to this thing, in US, it's more than a million, 2-point-something million. Why not Benue as Nigeria, as Nigeria is considered as the father of all Africa? Then why should we negotiate for 615,000 for minimum wage?
But do you know that even at 30,000 naira, state governments up to now, and even you take it even 100, they cannot pay. But you're proposing 700,000 naira.
What I'm trying to say, if the federal government want to pay that, if they want to pay that 615 naira, or what I have proposed 700,000, at least they should increase the allocation of state. They should increase the allocation of state so that the state can be able to pay that money.
It seems that 615,000 is too high, so it is impossible. But if the state government wants, it should be around 150 to 100,000. That is the minimum. I wish the state government should pay.
What about those who said 300,000, 400,000?
No, 300,000 it is too much. To me, it's too much.
Okay, so you settle for
150,000.
150,000.
Going by the economic situation in Nigeria today, the stand of Labour saying that minimum wage should be 615,000 naira is a good one. Personally, I can even say that minimum wage should be 700,000. Looking at the economic situation.
700,000?
700,000.
Your reasons?
If you look at the cost of things in the market, the price of fuel, and everything that has to do with money, workers need a lot to do with money. School fees, healthcare, and what have you. So if Labour is saying 615, it's good. But personally, I can say Labour should propose 700,000 because the cost of living is so high, cost of things in the market very, very high. And I believe with 700, they can go with it. Even though in the real sense of it, 700,000 cannot even cater for what is happening. But I believe it's affordable. We can go with it.
But do you think the government can actually stand at 700, can actually pay that 700?
Yes, if the government wants to be realistic, the government can pay. Because looking at the allocation states are receiving now, because of the removal of fuel subsidy, you discover that states are receiving more allocation, huge amount of money given to states. So I believe that if our state governors are going to be really on the plight of workers or citizens, they can still pay, and they can still do other projects in the state. So 700,000 naira minimum wage is okay.
I was thinking you said 700 naira.
No.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Thank you.
All right.